Hey, what's going on, guys? Double 18 Seth Shadow here. This week is going to be one big one to talk through, given that the first thing is that this coming Friday we have the release of the Triple Drive Booster Special Set, which is primarily a reprint set for a lot of big staples, generics, and interesting as well as fan favorite cards getting inserted into the set, in addition to a few new series of new ride lines and some new cards. Now, Triple Drive is a special set, so that means it's one of those where it has a lower number of cards per box, where you'll get 10 packs in a box with 3 cards per. The nice thing about this one is that each pack is guaranteed to have a triple rare card in it, and there are 45 triple rares to pick up from this set, including 5 that are brand new to the game. In addition to that, there's also this concept of SIR, which is known as the Special Illustration Rare. There are a number of these available within the set, which are special illustrations of cards that already exist within the game, but they have alternate arts, and I gotta say, a lot of these look really awesome, that you can pick up, and they are... Let me see if they have it defined. Yeah, they say over here, apart from the 40 triple rares, in addition, each box will include one type of alternate illustration with gorgeous treatment, which is what these SIRs are. Now, on their main page, they showcase most of the main units that you can pick up in terms of the SIRs, but if you've been following my Twitter and also my YouTube comments recently, you'll notice that they also have SIRs of the effect triggers, the crits, the draws, and the fronts, which they don't showcase on here, but that's one topic that I keep on covering every so often when it comes to triggers in this game. And on top of that, you also have not just the SIRs, but secret rare versions of the SIRs, which are the same artwork as the SIR, but they will have a hot stamp on them. Or rather, it's a stamp to indicate the nation that the card is from. These are rarer than the regular SIRs, but it's effectively, you should be getting either this or one of the SIRs in every box. So, your chance of getting one, you'll always get one. It's just a matter of which one you get. There are a lot to pick from, and I gotta say, they just all look really cool. Pre-orders for Triple Drive are now up on TCG Player, though I don't know how long they've been up at this point, probably since Friday. In any case, the booster box set triple rares, or triple Rs, sorry, the Triple Drive set cases of cases, there are supposed to be 20 boxes in a case, which, is it 20? I know that TCG Player has gotten these numbers off every so often, so I'm a little hesitant to affirm that it really is 20. But in any case, so far case sets have been selling for $1,200 in pre-order pricing. And if we take a look at the actual set pre-orders, let's go through a few of these. We have a new Regulus piece that's coming in this set, Bracing Angel Ladder, which is already on pre-order for almost $85, which is pretty high. Boxes have been selling for $65 a piece for pre-order, and there are none here. I would still shop around to see if there are lower prices that you can pick up here. I would still think there's possibility on that. You've got, on the first page in terms of best-selling pre-orders, Prorobi, the SIR version of this card, the draw trigger for Cater Sanctuary. So, in Japan, this card is about 12,000 yen, almost 13,000 yen, which is the equivalent of about 110, 120 in US dollars, and it's already selling for 155, and we only have a listing for 180, so might be good to wait a bit. These are pre-order prices, Moth Girl Maple is also on the front page and is starting off at $12. Market price right now is $10.46. And then other SIRs on the front page, we've got Enpyro, which is the front for Brantgate, Natalia, which is the front for Dark States. You've got Skyfall Arms on here too, which is, it's already sold for about $45, and there's a listing for $48. One of the new triple rares in this set is Zedhans, which is a new Dragon Empire unit that works off of set orders, which is a little bit unusual for a Dragon Empire deck. That's usually a Brandgate thing. Other cards on the front page, we've got Forktail, Pure Light, Nirvana Jiva, Virina Esperidia. You've also got Obscudid, as well as Bastion Prime, too. And there's also the SIR of Drajuled as well. So, there are a lot of cards to pick from here, and lots of pre-orders are going fast. But of course, these are pre-orders. Once the box set comes out, a number of these cards should drop in price. Others may not, given how popular they are, but we'll see what happens. One more thing about the Triple Drive set is there was a card that was put onto its list from the promo list called Stealth Fiend Shenri. And it's been causing a bit of a stir because in the Japanese set, I don't believe there were any box toppers for the Triple Drive booster pack. And it seems, from what I've been seeing through social media, this is going to be a box topper for each Triple Drive booster box. I haven't heard of any alternate promos yet, so there is a good possibility this is just going to be the box topper for every single one, it's a pretty good card too. For the early game, it's good for Rush, where it gets a 5k bonus and then you can put it to Soul to draw after it boosts. And right now, it's already been selling as high as $16. But we'll see how common it is to pick up with the Triple Drive boxes as time goes along. Now let's start talking about Dark States in general. The last episode of Divine Cardfight Vanguard started a lot of different buyouts, and we're just going to run through them. The first one is a fan favorite of the whole Dark States nation, Brainwash Swirler. This card always finds its way back in the spotlight every so often, and it's been bought out to the point of $20 on a lot of its lowest listings right now. $24 is the current price for the original copy. If you want the SP, that's really close on its base listing at $27.45. There's also the new full art that came out via the BSF for 2024. And then other copies are around $19, $20 right now for their base prices. Another one that got bought out is Crimson Igspeller, which is exclusive to set 2. Well, there's also the trial deck version for the Faverneal deck. And right now, the cheapest version available is the one from the Faverneal deck at 40 cents to start off with, but it's only got 4 listings right now. The SP got bought out really quickly, which I pointed out on my Twitter back on Friday. Now the base price of this is currently $18, and then if you want the triple rare, that was a little slower to see a buyout, but we're down to 5 listings starting at $360 on that one. This card has been going up quite a bit, and ultimately it will be a while before it actually sees its real value, given that the Divine card for Dark States won't be coming for us until sometime after June. The next card is Miroslava from set 7, which this one could be potentially devastating, given that it is from set 7, which I've noted a lot of times has had no reprints. So any card that gets bought out here will usually have a high value going forward. But it's more of a tech option. Even so, the triple rare is now out of stock with a market price of $4.76, and the FFR has 3 listings starting at $35.49 with a market price of $17.25. Then you've also got Clean Sweep Dragon from set 9, which works off Persona Ride and throws cards into Soul from either your board or your opponent's board, so it's got great utility. Ultimately, it still has a lot of listings available, but the price has been rising. It's now $3 base over its market price of $282, and if you want the frame rare, it's $8 base over the market price of $481 right now. Then there's another one that got bought out on its FR, which is Steam Skara Zargon. I was covering this not too long ago, and the FR is at $38 base right now with a market price of $9. So obviously we don't have many listings selling that high if the market price is still that low. The rare is still at 12 listings at $250 to start off with and $313 when it comes to its market price. That covers the Dark State section. Now we're going to go into some past encounters, starting with Blonde Azel, which has really seen a drop-off since the release of set 11. This is one of those cards that was one of the more popular ones when the set first came out, but it's been a pretty constant 2 or under for a lot of its listings, and the market price is currently at $207 for this one. It sells right around the $2 mark, just a little above, a little below, but we're talking just the triple rare in this case, and it's just fallen off in popularity. Now, the interesting thing though is that we also have Dragonic Kaiser Vermilion, which is from the same set, and this one is higher than Azel now. It's a base of 3015 with a market price of 403, which is higher than Azel's market price, to my surprise as well. 24 listings overall, and this one sells at a pretty constant $3+ right now, and all of its listings go closer to $4 overall. I was under the impression that Azel was going to remain the more popular of the two, but it looks like Vermilion is starting to overtake its slot. In addition, with the reveal that we got for the new Blaster Blade last week, we are seeing a buyout on some of the Blaster support from set 5. Blaster Blade himself from set 5 is down to one listing on his triple rare at $20 base and a market price of $11.33. The other high rarity ones, the 10th anniversary secret rare is over $230 right now for its base listing, but the market price is $150 on that one. And the SP is currently at a base of 45, so it hasn't been... So this buyout hasn't really extended to the high rarity. It's really been limited to the base rarity at this point. But I would also keep an eye out on our last card for today, which is Majesty Lord Blaster, that got bought out to the point of $20 base for the triple rare, and the SP's pretty close at $30 right now, but the 10th rare SP is now a base of $119 with a market price of almost $47. Yeah, Blaster Blade has been a fan favorite since the beginning, and it is one of the most iconic units of Cardfight Vanguard. So, not too surprising that seeing a new Blaster Blade caused something like this, and it had an effect on most of the other support like Wingull, Marin, and various other cards too, so be sure to watch out for those as well. Thank you guys for watching. If you liked the video, please like and subscribe if you haven't already. Just a note, I do have an Instagram and Twitter where I'm mostly posting more content on Twitter these days, not as much on Instagram. So I try to post some single Market Watch items as on Twitter as well, kind of like what I did with Crimson Ixpeller on Friday. So if you want to stay ahead before I go into my Market Watches, take a look at my Twitter as well, which is available in the description. Thanks a lot, you guys, and I will see you guys later.